ready to actually play the game. It's been a while, I know, but I'm back for my birthday. I'm doing the same thing as last year, just looking for our Destiny Mark chingling. And I actually got lucky. I want to say this happened last year too with a chingling outbreak. I didn't even have to reset or anything, so I don't think I'll knock any out. I think I'll just use the outbreak as a way to just get more spawns, but hopefully I'll be able to find something cool this year. Last year I did not get, like, I found a shiny chingling but not a Destiny Mark 1, so hopefully this year we can at least get a marked one or something. These guys, and I really hope I get something because my luck in the other Pokemon games I've been hunting in have been really bad, so maybe I've been saving all my luck for this hunt. It is a little hard to see the chinglings right now, actually, because there's a little bit of a glare on my screen. And I think it might get worse for a little bit. For the next, like, hour. But then it should be fine, I think. And what would be really funny is if I phased on something that like spawns in the like surrounding area and add a Destiny Mark. I guess that's better than getting nothing. And like, who's gonna say no to a Destiny Mark Slugma? You know what, let me put the one I got last year in my party for good luck, you know. Pretty sure I named it Tinglu. There we go. What the heck? Why can I see through the signs? It's weird. look at all these little guys. I just need one of them to be shiny. This one is out for blood, I guess. But you know, on the Switch 2, I could find like 20 chinglings at once. Now that I think about it. I wonder if there's any people who have like an older version of Scarlet Violet saved just so they can have more spawns since they lowered it. had like his mouth open. I'm gonna have to take a look at him. As soon as I pulled out the camera, I didn't feel like it. I forgot you can't click the ZO button for A in this game. That's one thing that actually might be nice with the Switch 2 Pro Controller. Is you can have those extra buttons for an extra A button. Because the way I hold my controller while playing this game is I don't really have my finger on the buttons because I'm controlling the camera. So being able to press the whatever those extra ones are called. Is it like the G buttons? I don't remember. Because I always have fingers there just holding the controller. That kind of depends. I don't really know what the camera controls are going to be like in Legends of. I can't really remember. I don't think Legends Arceus used the ZO button for zoom in. Like this game does. I don't remember though. Or, yeah, thinking about it, maybe it did, and, like, that was the button you pressed to go into, like, first person mode. I can't remember. Haven't played that game in a while, I've kind of just been avoiding it because I don't want to get burnt out from the gameplay loop and then go into Legends of. I mean, the gameplay loop looks different enough in that, like, so far really the only similarities is that you throw the Pokeballs, like, in Legends Arceus, but even that, it looked like it was somewhat different. But I also don't really know enough about like what you do. It really only showed battling so far, which I guess it seems like it might be a focus for this game, especially because megas are there. But it's not really what I'm interested in. Hopefully we'll get a few more trailers showing off what you actually do in the game. I'd really like to see like a trailer showing off just kind of the exploration aspect. And like the different zones they got, because right now that it's mostly just pictures. I don't really think we've even seen the main characters walking around in those spaces. So just need a little bit more information on that to really be able to figure out. Hey, what's up? I'm your best friend. I don't remember you being my best friend, but I guess. can't lie on the internet, so it must be true. How are you doing? I'm just in here rambling about the lack of information on Legends. Doing goose? I'm glad. Alright, good. Yeah, looking for just any more chingling right now. No luck so far. Still no shinies. It's only been 30 minutes, so can't really say I'm having bad luck. It just hasn't been that long yet, but I'm hoping I have better luck than I did last year, because I think I spent, I want to say 4 hours, and I found one chingling, and it didn't even have a mark, so. I'm hoping to see at least a couple of chinglings. I also don't know if I'll be going 4 hours. I might split up the stream. I might stop in like an hour or two and then come back later like tonight. I don't know. But let me know if you're doing any hunting. Love to know if you're up to any shiny hunting, what you're going for, and that kind of stuff. Well, I'm not planning on doing any trading or anything, so unfortunately I cannot really help you. I just don't really want to have to stop what I'm doing. Probably have better luck asking outside of like a Twitch chat. I don't know, like a Reddit or Twitter or something. Or if you know of any streamers who have like community discords, those are usually a good place to find people willing to do some trades. Yeah, it just kind of depends on where you go. I'm not really a part of any, so I can't really say which ones are good for that and which ones aren't. But the best place to try is just, you know, someone with a decent viewer amount. I don't know who's live right now, but it's probably some people. But if you are working on Skull and Violet for a shiny charm, you can get most Pokemon just through. You can find a lot in the wild, even evolved Pokemon. And then if you go online, you can find like raids. You can find a lot of the like trade evolutions there. So I guess really the only thing you probably need is like version exclusive legendaries and stuff, and that unfortunately is a little bit harder to find. really think of how many version exclusives there are. Pseudo legendaries. Is that like Bagon and stuff? Because if you need them, yeah, the best place to try is just raids. I feel like all those guys show up in raids. Bags Calorie. You can just get that guy in the wild. His pre-evolutions. You have to level them up a bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. I don't remember what levels he needs, but wow, this sunlight is making my face look like almost like it has like a filter over it. That's weird. I have not been paying very good attention to these chinglings, I'm gonna be honest. The sunlight is not helping. Hopefully it won't be too much longer before it kind of gets over the window that it's shining through, so it doesn't have the glare anymore. I'm gonna say if I get to the 1 hour mark and I don't see anything, I might start, taking out some chinglings. I'd rather not, because, they're pretty cool guys. I don't really want to have to kill any, but I need that Destiny Mark shiny. And if I really wanted it, I would pull out a shiny power sandwich and maybe one with tidal power, but not really a big fan of the sandwiches. Just kind of inconvenient, I guess. I prefer methods that are just kind of do the same thing over and over again, but sandwiches. You gotta get ingredients and stuff, and it's just kind of disruptive, I guess. But I've also kind of been staying away from method hunting as of recently. It's just, I think this happens for a lot of shiny hunters, but once you get a ton of shinies, and for methods, they start to feel a little bit less impactful, and you want them to mean a little bit more, and that's Full Oz just helps them feel a little bit more important and earned, I guess. 'Cause this game, I can check actually. I have several hundred shinies. 417. So I'm not exactly lacking in terms of like shiny numbers. It's just I see so many, it just doesn't feel like super exciting compared to like I've been hunting a lot in X and Y. And you know, those aren't like the old odds with the 8192, but they're still, I have them don't have the charm and it's still, wait, oh here's a shiny chingling. Oh, I didn't check if I had a morph, but I can see after. Oh, ball. I think the last one I got was repeat ball, so we'll do quick ball this time. Just to make it easier. I wouldn't exactly mind chingling in every ball. I'm gonna check if he's got a mark. Nature guess? I'm gonna guess Hardy, because he's made of steel. No mark lacks nature. Well, I actually got one. 40 minutes it looks like. I'll then remember to clip. Hold on just 1 second, I want to make a clip of the encounter. So is there no audio? It's because my volume is turned down. Okay, that's good. Alright. Guess I'll keep hunting. Look for hopefully another shiny today. Oh wait, I should probably give this guy a name actually. No, I don't need to save again. I think it'd be funny to name all Pokemon with ing in their name. So I think this one would be Fletchling. Very nice. If I can actually remember, then eventually I could make a video of all the shiny chinglings I get. Looking for a Destiny Mark 1, however long that'll take, because I don't really plan on hunting this outside of my birthday. So unless I get really lucky, it's, you know, Will probably take several years. But I don't mind. I'm not really in a rush. If I do a second stream later, I might throw on a second game. Maybe Platinum or something. Just to get some encounters on one of my other hunts. I don't really want to do X and Y because I've been... No way. Best viewers. Streambrew.com. Wow. No, I don't really remember how to like block someone. Well, I don't remember, so... Am I not a moderator in my own chat? Is that something I need to do? Yeah, I guess. I'm not signed in on. There we go. Well, I can... There we go. Where I am not super familiar with Twitch moderation, so... But hopefully that'll teach that that bot a lesson, and they'll change their ways. So I noticed that chingling pretty easily earlier, so I'm a little less worried about missing them, even though I'm not super focused. Like the slugma, that's another case. Like those guys, they got camouflage on this area. I remember, I think I got a second slugma to evolve. I had to at some point evolve a chingling into Chimico. Unless I get really lucky and find a wild shiny Chimico, but I think I'll wait. If I ever find like a random chingling not on my birthday, I'll probably evolve that one. Because so far my only chinglings in this game are from birthday hunts. I really need to get, one of my first hunts I did on stream was, I was looking for a chingling in Pokemon Y, but I gave up on that hunt because I wanted to hunt Chespin. No, I was already hunting Chespin. I wanted to double hunt it. So I stopped playing Y. And also, I think that copy, that doesn't work anymore. Or it's like really buggy. So I haven't hunted in a long time because I got Chespin, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Because I've been doing my route quest. Trying to find a shiny on every route in order, but I've been stuck in that one cave with the Zubat connecting cave, I think it's called. You'd think I know since I've been there for so long, because I'm at almost 11k, I think, which is the longest 4096 hunt I've ever done. These Litwicks I'm worried about. I feel like this shini's never been like the best to notice, but I feel like it's particularly bad in this game. It's kind of like just the eyes that change, whereas in the older games I feel like you could kind of tell with its flame. But yeah, I've been stuck in the connecting cave, which is a really bad location to get stuck in because the only thing I need from there is Axew. I got everything else and I'll make a Ruby already, so there's just a really high chance I just end up with something I already have anyways. So I think Axew's only like 10%. So yeah, I'm just constantly just like, I'd much rather go 10k on a different route, or at least I have something to look forward to. I guess I did this to myself by committing to this challenge. But that's something I don't really want to do on stream because I always double hunt it with 1X and Y because I want to see which game gets the most shinies by the end of the challenge. Although I did have like an extra 6 hours, I think, because I went on a trip and I think I brought Y with me. So I guess I could do a little bit of hunting to even out the numbers. Although at some point I would like to get some type of camera to record my desk with, like a lot of the old school shiny owners do and have done for a long time, since before capture cards were out. Because I don't really want to spend a bunch of money on capture cards, especially since I basically have to get new systems. So most of the ones I have right now can't have cards installed. But also my computer just probably wouldn't be able to handle that many systems plugged into it. So just recording my desk would be a better solution. Then I could have a ton of games going at once. If I can make, I guess I need to make room for it on my desk first. It's always super messy. But I don't really know what type of camera would be good for that. I have to do some research, see what other shiny hunters use. I have tried using my webcam before, but it's just, one, the cord it has is really short, so it's not super great, and it just seems to not really like recording screens. They always get really bad glares and stuff. Probably has to do with the lighting in my room. But yeah, it's probably best for me to just look for a camera more suited for that type of thing. One thing I do need to get back into doing is my Ralts hunt. I haven't touched that thing. I played a little bit of BDSP recently, but I was hunting chingling in that Ralts. Didn't end up getting a chingling, so I can go back to Ralts anytime, really. But I've been kind of focused on my X and Y route quest and a Snover hunt I've been doing in Gen 4. But you know, I could probably take a break from those at some point. Maybe once I actually get something again in X and Y. A little break wouldn't hurt. I've been playing those a lot. I'm already at 100+ hours. It's only been a couple of months since I got Chespin, so been playing those games quite a bit. I think for Ralts, I just need to find a good hunt to do next to it, like something, maybe an Omega Ruby. I know in the past I was doing a Torkoal hunt. I could start that again. Because I haven't gotten Torkoal in those games yet. I think I put it on hold because I realized that Torkoal had a better encounter rate in X and Y somewhere, maybe? Maybe even like 20%, so I'll have to double check that because I think I have everything else on that route. No, I think I do need Slugma and maybe another Numel. So I guess there's a couple things there that wouldn't hurt to get. Torkoal is kind of rare there, so maybe I'll do something in X and Y that isn't. Oh, Try Slugma. Alright. Here's our chance at a Destiny Mark Slugma. Come on, buddy. You know you want to be Destiny Mark. Nature, I'm gonna guess Impish. It's gonna look crazy. No mark, it's relaxed. Oh, guess I have that now. Oh, I don't have a second Slugma. Okay. Oh, I got this one on Luxury Ball, that's cool. I think I'll evolve this one because I think Luxury Ball suits Slugma better. Quick Ball doesn't really suit Macargo, but whatever. Here, have some in candy. That was not nearly enough. Have 3. Yo, Slugma. I guess I should probably make a clip of finding this song out. Look at that! I love the like, kind of like, pulsing light going through the body. That's pretty cool. Looks nice in this game. I'm gonna pause my music again so I can listen to this clip. I might have not clipped it fast enough. I did not, so I'll have to try and remember after stream. You do not really need to worry about Shell Smash, buddy. Well, I'm gonna put him at the front of my team, so I want to take a better look at him. Well, first I'll just send him out normally. Remember, buddy. Oh, what the heck? He's so fast! I thought he was meant to be like a slow snail, but he's speeding along. Dang. That's pretty cool. Alright. Let's look at him better. I hate that this game doesn't show your Pokemon. I don't even get to see his Sparkle red. Let's go ahead and burn this Spoink alive. Don't do that. Come on, buddy. Just accept it. Oh, you see that like purple flame at the side? I'm gonna see that from this angle. Look at that. That's cool. Too bad it didn't have a mark though. That would have been super cool. Back to chingling. So I've already beaten my shiny record of last year. Only an hour into stream. So with you know, a little bit of luck, we can maybe see a couple more shinies before the end of stream. I don't remember the odds of marks and stuff. I know like the odds of finding a Destiny mark is like 1 in 20 marks, I want to say. Like it's decently common. on your birthday. But you also have to consider just the odds of finding a mark on a Pokemon, and that I don't really remember. I have the mark charm, so it's should be somewhat in my favor. Because I do find a lot of marked shinies. You know, on other days, but now that I actually really want one, that's when the game decides it wants to, make me work for it. Yeah. If it doesn't want to give me a Destiny mark, I'd take, a rare mark. Yeah, I'm definitely worried about these Litwicks. I could very easily see me completely missing one. I actually failed a Lampent in this game. I didn't realize it got Memento, so I didn't bother saving. And then it died. So I'll have to reclaim that at some point. Is this chime over here like a static encounter? I wonder if that's something that's like I'm getting rolled, or if it's just the same one. So it would be cool to phase on a Chimecho for a chingling hunt. If I ever actually get chingling, I could go for something else. Turtwig would be cool to evolve into Torterra. Lombre. Lombre's kind of hard to target, so I'd probably have to go for Lotad. Like, I'd be fine evolving a Turtwig to Torterra, but like Lotad would still be pretty cool to have with a Destiny mark. It's really sad, but a lot of my favorite Sword and Shield Pokemon aren't in this game. Runerigus isn't. Mr. Rhyme. Aracuda is, luckily. But he's a real pain to shiny hit. Maybe it'll be better in the Switch 2 version. And that'll help with like frame rate lag in the water, but it's not really gonna help with being able to see the guys in the water. That's one thing I hope Legends does a little bit better is water encounters. I feel like they've been pretty rough. In this game and Legends Arceus. What they really need to do is just make a Pokemon game where you can actually like explore underwater, so they don't have to have everything up at the surface. I think that would really help with making the water more interesting. And if you're actually able to see like what's below you, it'd be probably a little bit easier to hunt. Because the way it is in the games now, the water's usually kind of it's not really see-through. So if a Pokemon goes below water, it's really hard to tell. Or even if they're like just like a little above, like a lot of the smaller Pokemon just kind of stick out a little bit. It's not great. And Legends Arceus, they just have Pokemon who dip below the water. I think like Mantine does it constantly. So if you want to hunt that Alpha Mantine, it's kind of a pain. Like sometimes you'll hear the shiny sparkle effect and you'll look and there's nothing. And then it'll play again and it's like, what's happening? Oh, maybe the Switch 2 could handle something like that. I don't really know if it's comparable, but I really like the like underwater exploration and Genshin Impact. I don't really know if you can really bring over what Genshin has to Pokemon in any way, but I think just like having like cool environments to explore underwater in a game, because the only real time we got that was the Hoenn games, and it's pretty limited in those. Like, there's really only one area to explore. I think like a deep sea area would be really nice. I don't know how that works, since like humans cannot go down there without like a submarine, and that wouldn't really be easy to like do encounters in. But you know, this is the Pokemon world, so they can invent some freaky device to somehow keep you alive down there. I kind of thought it'd be cool if instead of like using a Pokemon to dive down, you can get like some type of like Rotom device to swim around down there. Since they don't really want to use HMs anymore. bubbling effect on my cargo, so nice. This is another shiny chingling. Does appear to be chingling number 2. Let's go for Ultra Ball. Getting all the easy ones done. I will actually clip that in time. Let's add to my party. Goodbye, Maggie. Okay. Nature gas. Naive. Does it have a mark? It's quirky. And it's got a mark. This could be it. I mean, that's not a destiny mark, but it is a personality mark, which is rarer, I think. Chingling the Stern. So let me finish up this clip. Back to the game, I guess. We'll name this Chingling. Deerling. Very nice. Let's put, I guess, cargo away. Should have paid attention because I don't have to remember where Chingling goes in the box again. That's fine. Guess I'll start a box for Chingling, extra Chinglings. Team Lou gets to stay with me because they're the OG, you know. Let me make sure I save. So that's 3 shinies. And I got one with a mark. Out the Destiny mark, so still gotta keep going. Probably aim for a 2-hour stream, so another 40 minutes. That's not super long, but like I said, I might come back later tonight, maybe around 8 or 9 or something. No, not 9. I'm gonna go to bed early for work, but sometime short stream after dinner or something. Internet's hasn't been funky today. Just kind of why I've been avoiding streaming a lot, is because I was having a lot of internet problems, but could try and start doing a little bit more streaming if the internet can handle it. But now that I think about it, they might. It depends on if they have marks or not, I guess. But if they do have marks in Legend Saw, we could see some more options for Destiny mark hunts. I don't think Chingling's gonna be in those games. Depends on how much of the Kalos Pokédex, I guess, they put in. Because you can get him in X and Y. But they're probably going to focus more just on the Kalos Pokemon. And Chingling's been in the past 3 Pokemon games, so I don't think it's going to be super high on their priority list to make sure it gets in. I do want to see a more mainline game, because I don't really count like BDSP and Legends Arceus is like the same as this one. I want to see another game with Carnivine. Man, he's in X and Y, so maybe we'll see him in that game. But I do think they'll probably try to avoid having too many, especially like Sinnoh Pokemon, because we've seen a lot of them recently, so probably just, stick with the classics. Although we really got most of those guys in this game, so I don't know. We'll get anything with a mega, I guess. It's guaranteed. So Snover, who's in this game. Oh, thank you, Store Ralse. Appreciate the happy birthday. How are you doing today? Looking for chingling. I've already gotten 2. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Hopefully that will bring me some luck for this Destiny Mark hunt. I'm on shiny number 3 for the stream. Well, I found 3, and 2 of them were chinglings, and 1 of them was marked. But no Destiny Mark, so still gotta keep hunting. But let me know if you're doing any shiny hunting. Or if you're just hanging out, that's cool too. But I was just talking about what kind of Pokemon would be appearing in Legends Zaw, at least from the Sinnoh games, because I know we've had a lot of Sinnoh Pokemon showing up, especially from BSP and Legends Arceus having all the Sinnoh Pokemon. I imagine they're not really gonna be putting a lot. Happy Minecraft Party Day? I don't recall today having anything to do with Minecraft, but whatever you say. But I really want to see some the Sinnoh Pokemon who didn't really appear in this game or Sword and Shield that I like, because like Carnivine, every day has to do with Minecraft, if you say so. I mean, with you, since you have to watch it like every day. But yeah, I want to hunt a Destiny Mark Carnivine is what I'm trying to say. But Snover is cool. I like Snover a lot. And we'll get, Lucario and Lopunny. And there's not a lot of Sinnoh Megas. That's one thing I do wish they would show off, is if they're actually gonna be having new Megas or not. I know that's something they probably want to wait till the very last trailer or two. Kind of this one last big hype for the game. But like at the moment, like we know Megas are in, but don't know if there's gonna be any new ones or if we're just gonna be having like regional forms as their new content. Don't worry about it. You didn't miss any shinies, so you're all good. I'll probably be going for another 30 minutes here. It's not a super long stream, but I do plan on doing stuff today, so don't want to spend too long on this. Plus I already got some birthday shinies, so I can move on today. Uh, well, there's two problems with your request, and that's I'm not using a sandwich, so it's kind of hard for it to wear off, and I'm not really a battling kind of guy. I don't have any sort of team set up or anything. Mostly just do shiny hunting, so I'm gonna have to turn down your request. But thank you for the offer, I'm sure. Yeah, but like even like just for fun, it's not really my element. I would just be kind of a sitting duck, as they say. Although it is something I've considered looking into more. Maybe with that new game they're making, like Champions or whatever it's called, I might consider just looking into competitive stuff a little bit more, because I like watching videos by competitive players, but it's not something I've ever done myself, just because I already spend so much time shiny hunting. I don't really feel the need to branch out at all with Pokemon. But it would probably change up just the gameplay loop a bit. Give me more to do in case I ever get tired of shiny hunting. I want to say in this game I've probably battled a total of like 5 times against like other people. So yeah, it's not really something I tend to do. I don't know if I've ever battled in like Sword and Shield or anything. I don't imagine Legends Zaw is gonna have any sort of competitive elements. I know Legends Arceus, I think, had a battle mode, I want to say. I know you could trade. Maybe it didn't. Maybe you just couldn't even battle other people. But Legends Zaw does look like it's focusing more on battling with the whole like tournament and stuff, so it could be a little bit more tied to competitive. I don't know. But then I gotta ask the question, if the game is gonna have a larger focus on battling, is the other, the catching and collecting aspect gonna be kind of put on the back burner and not receive as much attention as it did in Legends Arceus? Because that's like kind of one of the big appeals of Legends Arceus for me, was that it was just solely focused on catching the Pokemon. Pretty much, like, it had battles, but they were very kind of just like a second thought. Like they had to put the battles in, but it wasn't really a big part of it. That's why I want them to make another trailer showing off like the actual exploration. When was the last? Was it they released one since Pokemon Day? Maybe like a small one, I think. There was just like a random like 30-second trailer that had like a couple shots of some stuff we hadn't seen, like some Pokemon or something. But yeah, I know Pokemon usually does like their announcements and stuff like around the same time of year as they. I just don't remember what times of the year that they tend to announce things at. They might be trying to sync it up with like Nintendo stuff more, because I know like recently they have been showing trailers and stuff in the Nintendo Direct, so it's probably more about the schedule for those and what Pokemon usually does. And I want to say Nintendo usually does something in June, so hopefully next month we'll get something. I just hope it's not like just another vague trailer showing off just kind of like the general existence of the game. So I feel like that's all we've really gotten so far. Which is kind of weird because, you know, the game's been announced for over a year now. It's supposed to come out later this year, but I feel like we haven't gotten anything super substantial in terms of gameplay. Whenever I start rambling, I feel like I am not focusing as well as I should be on the Chinglings, because the other Pokemon are a little bit easier to spot, so I don't have to be super focused, but the Chingling are very small and their shiny is not the most noticeable out there, so hopefully I haven't missed any, I guess. But speaking of Chingling, they're making a new card of it after like a billion years, so I can finally actually pull one. I had one of the old Sinnoh ones when I was a kid, but I guess I traded it or something, because I have not seen that thing in years, so I don't even have a Chingling card. Not that they'd really be hard to acquire if I really wanted to. Like I want to say they're all around the $1, $2 range, which is a little pricey for just like a little random pull, but it's not gonna set me back too much if I buy. There's only like 3 of them, so yeah, hopefully I will pull it. I think it's a Team Rocket's Chingling too, which is kind of funny. It's not really something you'd associate with being owned by an evil team. Or if I can actually, you know, get my hands on some of the new set, that's what I want. I don't want, you know, the special arts And the trainer Pokemon, I just went the chingling. But I'd take, you know, like the Team Rocket's Orbeetle. That's a cool looking card. That's probably the one I don't want the most. Off the top of my head, I haven't paid super close attention to what all's appearing. I can't remember. I know there was like an Arven card or something. I don't know if that got a full art, or if it's just a regular card. Arven's cool. I don't really care that much about Ethan or Cynthia or Giovanni, so their cards aren't super interesting to me. Neither was the last set, really. Like, I like Lily and Hop and all them, but I'd much rather. There's definitely other characters I'd much rather see. Like, imagine a Looker, like Looker's Krogunk or something. That would be crazy. I'd be willing to pay whatever it takes to get that card. Or like if there's a Arven Scovillain, that would be a cool one. But I think there's only one Arven card in the new set. Yeah, I thought I saw like a question mark or something from behind the sign. There's a chingling back there. I think this set does have a couple of like random trainers. Like I want to say maybe Marnie and like Misty or something that like are the focus of the set but still have like a card or two. Which I don't think Journey Together had that. I think it was just the like 4 main people. Who? There's someone I forget. It was in Lily, Hop, and is there a 4th person that they made cards for? Oh, Iona, that's who. But yeah, I only opened like 2 packs of that set, I think. The only thing I actually got the full art. It's an Iris, which is it's not like a super rare card or anything, so not super crazy, but you know it's nice that I actually got something out of the couple packs I opened. It's a big spoink. It's the same size that it's bigger than that Chimico. That's crazy. But I think the whole Blipbug line is in the new set, so I want to get those in the Chingling. Maybe the Arven cards. Depending on what they have. If it's just like Arven and Mabostiv, they already have cards of that, you know, even if they're not the trainer cards. So yeah, that's not super interesting, but if it has some of his other Pokemon, I wouldn't mind trying to like he gets Garganacl, I think, so that'd be a something cool to make a card of. I think there's maybe like a Team Rocket's Crobat. That's got like a pretty cool design. Yeah, I feel like the cards I want aren't really the cards that are gonna be, you know, the pricey type. It's mostly gonna probably be the Cynthia cards. Which kind of sucks because, you know, the set's gonna be expensive, but I don't really want the reasons that the set's gonna be expensive. Unless I can actually find some like at retail price for ones, but that doesn't usually happen. I got lucky with the couple packs of Journey Together I got, because the place I went had just stocked them in, so I managed to get a couple. I could have gotten more, but I, you know, didn't really want to spend a lot of money on a set I didn't really care about that much. It's probably crazy. I feel like most people, that's like the set they wanted, except the Prismatic Evolutions. That set, I didn't touch. I mean, that was the one you had to get. Was that a Pokemon Center set? They might have had some stuff in GameStops and whatever, but yeah, I never saw any of that. And for me, it wasn't really a set I wanted to go out of my way for. I know there are a lot of like super valuable cards, but they didn't really interest me that much. I wanted the Budu that I know was reigning terror on the game, the card game. But I just need it for my Pokédex collection. Need a lot of those baby Pokemon they haven't. They get like one card. They've been slowly putting them out. I know they made like Mime Jr. and Mantike recently as well that I managed to get. But I'm still missing a few, especially like the Johto ones and the Hoenn ones. I think Sinnoh, Budu and Chingling might be the only ones I need left. I think I have everything else. Munchlax. I need a Munchlax. Which I think they made one in like the Alola sets. It seemed like I think they might have made like a Igglybuff or something in Alola. Why not? But I would definitely like to see them show up in a newer set, because those Alola cards are like stupid pricey. It's too bad they didn't make any of those in like the Sword and Shield sets, because those ones, I think there's a few that like are more sought after, but a lot of them you can still get for not that crazy pricing. At least, you know, compared to all the other stuff. Down to the last 10 minutes basically, so let's gotta lock in and see if I can get one last chingling for the end of stream. And yeah, now I'm thinking about it, I just like the time that I'd be able to stream is like just a little too close to when I need to go to bed, so I might, probably won't do a second stream tonight. But if I'm feeling up to it, I might try and stream again tomorrow. Also depends on the internet, I guess. But you know, maybe once I get Axio or something in that route, I'll shift my focus back over to routes, which usually motivates me to stream a little bit more if I'm doing a lot of offline recording. Because, you know, it'd be better to get that while streaming. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I picked that hunt up. It's been at least a couple months, I want to say. Probably, well, I got Chessman in March, so it's maybe even been before January, maybe been last year that I was hunting routes on. I want to say I did a stream around Christmas, maybe. A lot of slugmas right here. Definitely glad I didn't have to do any knockouts with the outbreak, because last year it was terrible luck, I guess, because I think I even still had to go a decent while after knocking stuff out for the outbreak. I don't think I made any sandwiches, though. little ready to move around. Luckily, I'm only going 2 hours this time. Come on, 6 minutes is plenty of time to find 50 shiny chinglings, all with destiny marks, I think. That makes sense to me. I have to see later today if I can maybe get lucky outside of this game and find a shiny Axew, an X or Y. I can move on from that hunt. Although it does make sense that that one's taking a long time, because I was having really good luck before then. Kind of went like from like my shortest hunt in those games to longest. I had a few hunts in between that were, I think, around the 2,000 range. Yeah, this one, I've only had one other hunt so far go over odds for this challenge. And I think I'm on shiny number like 10 or 11. So, pretty good luck so far. Whoa, that was freaky. Look at all those chinglings. I thought they were just like a bunch piled on you, but no. think it's time to call it. I actually managed to get a couple chinglings, which is nice, and complimentary slugma. Plus, personality mark on the chingling is not a bad turnout. But yeah, I'll no clue when I'll be back again. I might try streaming again if I can. I had a few frame drops, but nothing compared to how it was when I was streaming last. So I'll have to see how it is, or how it behaves going forward. But yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by for my birthday, and thanks for the follow. I'll see you next time.